At African Jesuit AIDS Network, we believe in Jesus' ministry of care and compassion for all. That is why we have been working for 20 years to help in the prevention and care for those already affected by the HIV/AIDS virus across sub-Saharan Africa. 20 years ago, Peter Hans Kovenbach, the 29th Superior General of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuit Conference of Africa and Madagascar, the Jesuit Social Apostolate Coordinator in Africa, Father Ferdinand Muhigirwa, and Cardinal Michael Czerny, head of the Vatican Dicastery for Promoting Integral Human Development, founded AJAN. Cardinal Czerny, the first director of AJAN, explained how 20 years ago AJAN was formed to respond to the signs of the time, that is, HIV/AIDS.
AJAN was born 30 years ago because thanks to Father Kolvenbach and the leadership of the Jesuits in Africa, the society was able to discern HIV/AIDS as a sign of the times, as a place of suffering in human experience, which so much needed the good news, the healing, the reconciliation which Jesus offers us. And so over the years, this sign of the times has continued to be the opportunity for the Jesuits in Africa and Madagascar to serve people who so much need the healing touch of our Lord. The Church responds to HIV/AIDS and to the many other challenges of human life with integral human development. That is what the fullness of life which we want, each one, for ourselves and for one another. And the importance that we're learning, thanks to the teaching of Pope Francis, is that this development, this healing, this reconciliation is possible and necessary for each one if it is also possible and necessary for everyone. So that together as a human family, as siblings, we will be healed and reconciled. In the long struggle against HIV/AIDS, the most important thing for the Church and the Society of Jesus is fidelity. That we not be affected and, let's say, tossed about by changing fashions or changing priorities, changing funding, but that we are there for the long run, to accompany those who suffer, those who are in need, those who are discarded, those who don't count. And that's why in AJAN we always said that our mission was to serve God's people until AIDS was no more.
We are in the area of health services and care. The centers, some they offer a service from their clinics or collaborate with other hospitals or health institutions which are around where they are working. And so from there we give basic care for those the beneficiary of the centers. And then we also do to protect the child, because as we are dealing with HIV and AIDS, and so there are a couple who are HIV positive, but they are married and they need to have child, and so we also do prevention of HIV against in the mother to child prevention, and we offer all the services that are related to that prevention. And to that, I want just to add the importance of our work today as a Jesuit work, as a Jesuit voice. The Jesuits, they have a mission, And that mission is promoting faith and justice. So if we look at that mission, then we see that AJAN is part of that mission. AJAN is a network. AJAN is centers affiliated who are on the ground. They are really contributing to that global or universal mission of the Society of Jesus, and in particular in Africa, where AJAN is working. And so that mission of promoting faith and justice is also the mission of Jesus, is the mission of the church. And so AJAN importance is really to bring about holiness. I'm talking of the whole human being being taken care of. The holiness that, bringing holiness to the people who are infected by the HIV and all who are affected by HIV. And again, holiness to the young people who are facing a lot of challenges. And that was actually the mission of Jesus himself, bringing, fighting so that the human person remains whole. And so AJAN really wants to bring back that holiness to the human being, especially those who are suffering HIV and AIDS, TB, leprosy, and the young people who are also facing many challenges which are preventing them to live their life to the full, to live a joyful life.
AJAN gives the Society of Jesus in Africa and beyond an opportunity really to be in touch with people at the grassroots level. That is, people who live with this disease and people who have very little resources to cope with the devastating effects of this disease. And it's also an opportunity, really a privilege for the society through AJAN to be able to walk with them, especially the excluded, the marginalized, as we promised we would do in our universal apostolic preference. As an organization, what AJAN is trying to do now is to position itself in a better space to respond not only to a medical crisis, but really a social, economic, and political crisis, which is what HIV and AIDS really is. So it's about networking with other like-minded organizations. It's about creating opportunities for advocacy with governments, non-governmental institutions, international organizations. It's about responding to issues of justice and ethics that relate to living with HIV and AIDS, or the kind of environment that continues to facilitate the infection of people. So AJAN is focusing a lot now on young people through its AHAPPY program and other similar initiatives, so that people get the kind of education, the kind of formation they need to cope with the challenges of HIV and AIDS, not only as a disease, but as a threat, to their existence, to their future, and to their collective survival.
This year's theme for World AIDS Day 2022 is to equalize. African Jesuit AIDS Network call to all of us is to equalize to address the inequalities and AIDS and promote lasting well-being for all.